This is Brad, and today I'm going to talk about my hot take on spotting scopes for backpack mule deer hunts and how I go about figuring out which spotting scope I'm going to take depending on the kind of hunt I am going to do. Now, as you can tell right here, I have the luxury of having 3 different size spotting scopes. Most people may or may not have that kind of luxury. I'll just tell you right up front, if I were to buy one spotting scope, I would buy the 65 mil Vortex Razor spotter. I really like this spotting scope as a nice balance between weight and magnification. For the vast majority of scenarios I can see what I need to with this spotting scope, and I really like it. But there are times where it's not enough, and that's where the 85 mil is really handy. I tend to hunt 4 inches, so when I find a deer, and it's a deer I really want to be able to take a look at, it's always nice to have an 85 mil spotter. But at the end of the day, an 85 mil spotter is going to be, it's a lot of weight and a lot of bulk to pack around if you're not going to be able to use it to its full extent to really see long distance. And I'm somebody who believes in getting up high and just trying to let the glass do the walking, but there are limits to that. And I will say specifically, if you've ever dealt with heat waves can tremendously impact your ability to glass long distance. So even if you pack around an 85 mil spotter, you crank that thing, the magnification all the way up, you might find that heat waves keep you from being able to see anything at distance just because it's summertime and there's a lot of heat coming off the ground and it impacts your ability to glass. In that situation, which I've been in, I have felt like, man, if I didn't need to bring an 85 mil spotter with me because I can't even use the max magnification on it. So that's why I like this one for the vast majority of situations. Let me just say that the other thing I'd say is if you're somebody who doesn't really like packing a spotter at all, ever, but you're like, there are times where it'd be nice to have, I almost never regret carrying this thing in my pack because it is so light and so small, but you get 39x zoom out of it, which is quite a bit for the size and weight of this spotter. I used this on a scouting trip last year. I used it on a late season hunt, mule deer hunt, as my exclusive spotting scope, and I will say that I was I thought I had made the wrong choice when I took this one and left my bigger spotters at home, but I made it because of weight considerations, and I did not regret it. There were a couple times where I wish I had a little bit better magnification, but for the most part, I was able to really get a good look at deer off in the distance using nothing but this spotter and my 10x42 binos. So, which spotter is right for you? I wish I could really help you out more in making your decision, but it kind of depends on how much weight you're willing to carry and how close of a look you need to get at your deer specifically. Like I said before, I would get this one if you're just gonna get one. But if you have the option of having a plethora of tools in your toolkit, you will find reasons to use all 3 of them. That's my hot take on spotting scopes for backpack mule deer hunts. If you have any questions, you disagree with me, or you agree with me, feel free to leave them in the comments below.